The learning is Nishmas Etta Ahuva Bava Metzia Perik Gimel Mishna Yomi Hamafkin Mois. If someone gives over money as a bikadon, so Eitzel Shloimie, if he gives it over to a banker, then it depends. Imtzurin, if it's tied up, and the Gemara explains that tied up is not good enough. Rashi says because everyone ties up their money, it means if it's tied up and sealed, then lo yishtamish behem, the banker is not allowed to use them. Lefichach im avdu, if he loses it, ein chayiv ba'achriyusan, he's not chayiv in the achrayis because he's a shloimie chinam, and shloimie chinam is pater from aveda mutarim. But if they are untied, yishtamish behen, then the shulchani is allowed to use them. He could assume that he was given the right to use them. Lefichach im avdu chayiv ba'achriyusan. Therefore, if it gets lost, he's chayiv ba'achrayis. It's a machlekes in the Gemara whether he is a shoyel because he has the right to use them. He has the halacha of a shoyel, similar to what we learned in Perik Beis Mishnah Zayin. Or do we say that, like Reb Tarfon held over there, or do we say that he is only a shomer sachar from the fact he's allowed to use him? The Taisus Yantav over here brings from the Rosh, B'Shem the Ravid, that asks why over there, because he had the right to use it, he was considered a shoyel, and he was chayiv even ba'insin, and over here, we say, according to one sheet in the Gemara, that he's only chayiving neva aveda, and the answer is because by aveda, the fact that he was going to use it was a long-term thing until the person who lost his aveda realizes. But when he's given it as a pikadon, it's usually a short-term thing, and he's always afraid to use it. Even if he's allowed to use it, he's always afraid to use it because maybe the mafka is going to come. So the fact that he's allowed to use it will give him a halacha like a shemer sachar that he's going to be chayiv in aveda, but he's not going to have a halacha of a shayel to be chayiv in einsin. The other man, the Omer, held that no, that the same as that halacha, and in that Mishnah that he becomes a shoyel and he's chayim ba'insin. So that's all if it was given over to a shulchani. Now the Mishnah continues, Eitza balabayis, if it was given over to a regular person, then bein tzurur and bein mutar, and lo yishtamish behen. And then the balabayis is not allowed to use them, even though it's untied. There's no reason to assume that the person giving you money to watch is giving you the rights to use them. By chanbini is a machlekes. Kabalabayis divir a mayor holds that it's just like a balabayis that he's not allowed to use it, and Rabbi Yehuda holds chemveni keshulchani that it's like the Reisha of the Mishnah. It's like a banker when he's given over money that's untied, he is allowed to use it, and he would be chayiv be'achrayis. Mishna Yomi hashaleach yad be'pikadon. If someone shaleach yad in a pikadon, beishama, and he's not allowed to be, so he's a shomer chinam, and he. We'll see in the end of the Mishnah how he's shaleach yad, but he picks it up, he's koinen, and he's not supposed to be doing that. So, Beishamai oimrim yilka b'chaser u'beyeser, Beis Hillel oimrim kishas haitzah, Rabbi Kiva oimrim kishas hatviyah. So, the Maskonas HaGemara is that the machlekes over here, Beishamai, Beis Hillel, and Rabbi Akiva, it's talking about the shvach shal gabe hagzela, meaning that, let's say it was a sheep, and it now has giza, or it became pregnant and it now has vladis. So start with the middle sheet that Beis Hillel says kishas haitzah. That's like we learned at the end of Baba Kama that kol hagazlana mishalm kishas hagzela. And if he got it to Una, then he gives it back to Una. If he got it reikonis, he gives it back empty. Beis Shammai holds that we knasim. Beis Shammai holds like Remeir. The Gemara says that since over here he stole it, the mezid, so we're going to say that shino is not koina. And therefore, you're going to pay back not only the animal, you're also going to have to pay back the gizais and the vladis. The question is, what does a Rikiva hold? The Rikiva says, kishas hatviyah, that you have to pay however much it was worth when he was teveyu. And the Gemara explains that the Makar is because it says, Lashirhu lo yidnenu b'yoyim hashmasei. At the time of the Hashama, which is the time of the Hamada Bedin, that's how much you would have to pay it back. It's machlekes, or Rikiva would hold that even when there is Edim, or maybe if there was Edim, it would be from the time that the Edim come, it's already considered Hashama. But the Yisayda of Kiva is that you have to pay it at the time that it's worth B'shash Hashama. So Taisus over here asks, does he hold like Beis Shammai, or does he hold Beis Hillel? Does he hold that we knasim, or does he hold that Shina is kain over here just like every place else? Why would it be this middle gather of Shas HaTviyah? And Taisus explains that there's actually two machlekes going on over here in this Mishnah. There's a machlekes Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel, and that's talking about gizos and vladas, like we said before. And now there's another machlekes Beis Shammai and Rabbi Akiva, which is talking about yoker v'zol. Beis Shammai held that not only do we knas you by gizos and vladas, we also knas you when it goes up in value and it goes down in value, that you pay the higher amount. And on that, Rabbi Akiva is arguing that legabe yoker v'zol, if there was a shinoi like by gizos and vladas, then he would hold like Beis Hillel that shinoi is koina and you would pay b'shas hagzela. But by yoker v'zol, he holds that there's no shinoi koina, So there's no reason to pay Shas Agneva, but yet he doesn't knas you like Beis Shammai says. He holds that it's totally on the Shas Atzviyah, and he learned that out from the pasuk that says Lasher Hulo Yinenu B'Yoyim Hashmasid. You have to pay how much it is B'Shas Hashama. The end of the Mishnah says what is considered Shaleach Yad. So first the Mishnah says Hachoyshev l'Shaleach Yad B'Gadim. If you just think to be Shaleach Yad, so then, and the Rashi and Tosfos both say that over here means that you said it, you spoke it out. Ma'amir b'fnei Edim. Tosfos says that by pigel also, when we say machshavas pigel, it means bedibur v'loy b'leiv. So Beis Shammai says already then you're chayiv. And Beis Hillel Omer no, ain't a chayiv at sheyishach bayad. You're not chayiv for machshava alone. Shenemer lo yishalach yadav meleches re'eu. And the Mishnah continues, not only you're not chayiv with machshava, you're not even chayiv even if you tilt the barrel until you kain it. Ketzad hites hachaves v'nata imen revius v'nishbara ina misham el revius. If you just tilt it, you are not yet shaleach yad. So then you would not pay more than the damages that happen, more than the revius. But higbia v'nata. But if you pick it up and you take it, and the Gemara says the nata is lav dafka. The main thing over here is higbia. You picked it up and you had a kinyan. Now you're shaleach yad. Nata imen revius nishbara. Now if it breaks, since you're shaleach yad b'bikad the misham the mei kula, you have to pay everything.